Today, class, we're going to be making chocolate chip cookies, but our recipe calls for more of the ingredients than we have, so we're going to have it using our fractions. So our recipe calls for half a stick of butter, or half a cup of butter, but to half it, so we're going to make 1/4. We'll put that in our bowl. And so our recipe calls for a half a cup of sugar, which is brown sugar and granulated sugar. So a half of half is, let's use this thing. So if we have 1/2 and we want to make a half of it, we're going to times it by 1/2, which gives us 1/4. So we're going to make 1/4 of a cup of both of our sugars. So first we're going to do our granulated sugar. And then we're going to do our brown sugar. I'm going to use this one. You gotta pack it in there so you get the whole 1/4 of a cup. And we need to mix those together, or cream them together. Next, our recipe calls for 2 eggs, but we're going to put in 1 because we're halving it. Next, our recipe wants us to add vanilla. We need 1.5 teaspoons. To convert that, we're going to make it an improper fraction. So that's going to be, we times those and add the 1, which gives us 3/2. And then we're going to times that by 1/2 to get half, which gives us 3/4 of a teaspoon. So we're going to use this fancy measuring cup, and we're going to go from 1 teaspoon to 3/4 of a teaspoon. Okay, now that we've mixed these together, our recipe wants us to add flour, which is the hard part. Our recipe calls for 2.25 cups of flour. If we're going to half it, we need to make it an improper fraction. So we times these 2 and add the 1, which gives us 9/4. We times that by 1/2, and we get 9/8. If we want to reduce this, we know that 8 out of 8 is a 1, and we'll be left with 1 on top, so we have 1 1/8 cup of flour. I'm going to pour that in. Now we're going to add our baking soda, and our recipe calls for 1 teaspoon, so we're going to add a half. So we're going to use this, and we're going to move it up to 1/2 a teaspoon. We're going to pour in our baking soda and make a big mess, because baking soda is a mess. Maybe we'll scoop it in. There we go. And the last thing is we need 1 teaspoon of salt, but our recipe we're halving, so we're going to make 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So we'll leave the measurer on what it was. And we're going to put in our salt. Now we're going to beat these together in the mixer. Now that we've mixed all our ingredients together, we have the last and most important ingredient, our chocolate chip cookies. So our recipe called for 2 cups, so we're just going to put in 1 cup of them. Maybe a little more. We're going to mix those together and then put them in the pan and cook them.